Hello, and welcome to another installment of the Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse. I'm Pug, and here's what I'm thinking. It's been a while since I've updated my vlog. This is due to making videos for the Major League Baseball Trash Talking Circle, and also, excuse me, and also going out of town. So maybe I'll switch vlog days to get back on track. But anyway, glad to be back. I got some great things to go over. And we'll get to that in just a second. But before I do, did get a comment from my last video when I talked about numbers that should be retired throughout Seattle sports. This is from SRM07. How's it going? Good to talk sports with you one more time. I'm actually really surprised, SRM07, that we did not talk as much sports. We didn't talk a lot about sports, as I use proper grammar, while we were in Husky Band. I'm actually kind of surprised. And I wish we did, actually, now that I think about it. And anyway, SRM07 writes, gotta go with Keller over Latu. Also, you can't forget 51, Randy Johnson and Ichiro Suzuki. Hasselbeck, Buhner. The more numbers you retire, the less meaning they hold. The Angels have been in existence since 1960. They have retired numbers of Nolan Ryan, Rod Carew, Gene Autry, team founder, Jimmy Reese, and Jim Fergosi, member of the expansion team, set a ton of club records. The Rangers have retired Nolan Ryan's and manager Johnny Oates, first manager to lead them to the playoffs, died from a tumor at age 58. Very tragic. The A's have retired Reggie Jackson, Ricky Henderson, Catfish Hunter, Roland Fingers, and Dennis Eckersley. Hasselbeck, Alexander, and Buhner definitely don't fall in this class. Well, you know, this may be true, but then again, you've got to remember that the Angels have been around longer than the Mariners, and the Rangers have been, and the A's have been around longer than the Mariners. So obviously, they're going to have some more. I think actually they have more numbers retired than any of the teams in Seattle. Now that I think about it, you are right about 51. I didn't go into that into that debate because. That's going to be debate for a long time. Who's going to be retired? Which number is that is going to represent 51? Which player is going to represent 51? Randy Johnson or Ichiro Suzuki? It really is a toss-up as of this point. You know, gotta get Buhner in there though, because you know he set club records. He set he said he had a great year in '96, also '97. He just pretty much led the team when he first came on the scenes, you know. And my thing is this: if you're in the Mariners Hall of Fame, your numbers should be retired. I mean, I think that qualifies because it's obvious that Ken Griffey Jr. is going to be retired. They're going to put him in the Mariners Hall of Fame immediately. Edgar Martinez is already in there. Why not put Alvin Davis? And another thing: how can Mr. Mariner not have his number retired? Think about that. You got the nickname Mr. Mariner. You know, the first big hit, even before Griffey, Martinez, Johnson, Ichiro, and your number's not retired? Are you serious? So, Hasselbeck got to retire him, as I said before, because he's the best quarterback in Seahawk history. Alexander, as I mentioned, is the only Seahawk to win the NFL MVP award. Here's why I went with Latu over Casey Keller for the Sounders. Casey Keller is actually my favorite player on the Sounders. But I went with Latu because Latu was actually with the Sounders when they were a United Soccer League team and helped them win USL Cups. You know, if you go to a Sounders games, you'll see banners right next to the Seahawk banners at Quest Field, and it will show all the USL Cups. And I believe Latu helped us win a couple of those, and also helped us get to that round. You know, there was he played for the 2002 team that lost to the Montreal Impact. He played for, I think it was the 2004 team that lost to Charleston. We lost to Charleston one time. I forgot what year it was. So that's why I went with Latu. But great to hear from you, SR-M07. And if anybody else wants to comment on my videos, feel free to do so. Okay, let's go over with what I was going to talk about today, and that is this. It is a fantastic time to be a CWU fan. That's right. We got some great news. First off, got to say this. Congratulations to the softball team. clinching their first ever conference title in the program's history. The program's been established since 1993. They just completed their fourth regular season. Their 14th season, I believe. That's how many years they've been around, or 17th. Actually, I'm not going to even do the math now that I think about it. But first conference title. Very, very happy about that. Got to give kudos to Lauren Haydenfield, transferred from a junior college. She's been the ace. Lindy Baxter, Daniel Monson, Kelsey Hobbert. Very, very, very good seasons. It's been clutch hitting and deep pitching. Sweeps from Western Washington and Western Oregon. We took care of Montana State Billings, the reigning conference champion, and now we got to go play the Seasiders of Brigham Young, Hawaii, the top seed in our region. So good luck to you, Wildcat fans. Congratulations. Go deep in the playoffs. I mean, just play your game. Just play your game. That's pretty much, like I said, it's all been about clutch pitching, clutch hitting, and getting ahead on top and just adding on. That's pretty much what they do. Also, congratulations to Gary Frederick. Gary Frederick has been the coach of the softball team for its entire program existence. He also was the athletic director here at one point. The softball field's named after him. So kudos to the softball team. Also want to say there's some football news, which I will go over really quickly. Congratulations to Courtney Smith. Courtney Smith was a senior last year. He played the cornerback for our team that was ranked #1 in the country, and he just signed a undrafted free agent contract with the Baltimore Ravens. So I've always said this: if a Central Washington Wildcat player goes to the NFL and plays one game, just one game, I will get their jersey. So I might have to get a Baltimore Ravens jersey. Good luck to Smith. He was a beast. He's a playmaker. He definitely takes care of receivers. Had some very key plays in the top defense in Division II football. So, and then the big one, yes, Mike Riley. He's wearing a Seahawk uniform at the start of the year. Woo! Oh man, I am so excited about this. Question is whether or not he's going to make the team. Well, that's kind of up in the air right now because, as we all know, Matt Hasselbeck is. I'll just say I'll represent Mike Riley by supporting the Seahawk hat, Wildcat jersey here. Very excited. Anyway, this is going to be very, very difficult for Riley because we all know Matt Hasselbeck's a given. He's gonna earn a start. Charlie Whitehurst has made the team for sure with the big trade and the $10 million and all that sort, and has been named the quarterback of the future. Then you got Mike Teal. Now, if I wasn't on the West Coast or tucked away from the Great Northwest, you would have the decision between a player in Mike Teal, who's played for Rutgers, a Division I school and a Big East opponent, or I would, and you have a player coming from a Division II school on the West Coast. Not that many people know about. Chances are, Mike Riley is not favored to win this position, but I'm happy about it. I think he deserves the opportunity. Make the best off of it. John Schneider was working with Green Bay when he saw Riley, so obviously he sees something in him. Hopefully he makes the team. I don't think he's going to start. I mean, in order for Riley to start, a lot of bad things are going to have to happen. Like Hasselbeck's going to have to get hurt. Whitehurst is going to have to get hurt or not do well, and maybe Riley would play maybe the last game of the season against the St. Louis Rams. But I don't want I don't want the Seahawks to get the injury bug. But I do want Riley to make this team. So Seahawks, use Mike Riley. Use Mike Riley in some sort of way. You're using him for competition for Mike Teal, which is great. But Riley, go out and beat Mike Teal. Let's do this. Let's put a Wildcat. Let's put the second Wildcat in the last 2 decades on the Seattle Seahawks. Him joining John Kitna. All right, that will do it for this week's Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse. Feel free to comment from what I have to say. I know it's kind of a celebration this week, not much of an analysis, but that's okay. But feel free to comment and join me next week on another installment of the Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse.